Good morning, Facebook. Happy Tuesday. Um, how's everybody doing this morning? Um, so real quick, before I got on live, I was on my phone scrolling Facebook, and I saw this thing that says, "Oh, I can't." This is a good example of why Facebook can be so annoying sometimes. Like, seriously, I I scroll through Facebook and sometimes some days I love it and some days I just want to throw my phone out the window because of the ignorance in the world. I can't even. Okay? So, before I got on, I was like scrolling Facebook on my phone and I saw this, so I'm going to show you all. Hi Diana. So, this is what this says, this article about Tide Pods, because this is the big thing. All these kids are supposedly the new challenge is to eat Tide Pods. So here is what New York lawmakers think is a good idea so that kids won't eat Tide Pods. Senator Brad Hoylman and Assemblywoman Arvela Simotas, I don't know how to say your name, honey, but say New York State could lessen the risk of poisonings by prohibiting packaging that makes the pods look like candy. I'm just going to leave that there. That's one of the things I'm talking about that is so stupid. Looks like candy? No, you idiots. Kids know what a Tide Pod is. It doesn't look like candy. I never ate candy that looks like a Tide Pod or felt like a Tide Pod. It doesn't even smell normal. It smells like laundry soap. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay? Maybe for a baby, because it's a baby or a toddler and they don't understand. But for the kids that are eating Tide Pods, they know what a Tide Pod is. So you changing your packaging isn't the problem. I can't even. Like, there's so many things that I see on Facebook and articles from news and stuff that I'm just like, are you serious? Is this the world that we live in today? Is this really what people sit at home and think about? Are you kidding me? What the hell? Like, I just woke up today. Hey, honey, maybe if the Tide Pod packages didn't look like candy, the kids wouldn't eat them. Do you think? No, stupid. You are clearly missing the point here. If that's what your concern is, you need to reevaluate the way you're thinking about this. The packaging. No. I'm sorry. I had to get that out. It was super driving me nuts. And I feel like my connection is a little laggy, and I'm sorry, but my connection up here on the mountain is not super good. So I might lag a little, but let me see if I can move over here towards the internet, and it might help. Because I'm on my computer, obviously, woohoo! Because I got my charger. So, all right. So today, actually, the reason I got on Facebook is because obviously it says be mentally strong. And I wanted to just elaborate a little bit because, let's see. Yesterday on my live, I talked about being self-employed and owning your own business. If you didn't see it, or, you can go ahead and check it out. It's on my page. Today I'm going to add to that because, this is super important. Being mentally strong is one of those things that doesn't come really easy. It's hard to be mentally aware all the time, with so many things that go on in life. And no offense to you men, all right, but I'm going to say it because nobody else will. Women's brains are always just like like a carnival. 800 million things going in and out all day, every day. It's very, and I'm not saying some men aren't like that, but it's not usually the case. They're more to the point. And think about one thing, try to think about one thing at a time, take one thing at a time. But, as women, we tend to always, it's just constant information going in and going out. So it is hard to kind of find a balance with that. And it's also very hard to be mentally strong because of all the information and emotions and the feelings that are also added to all the information. It's very complicated. That's why when people say women are complicated, it's true. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry that that's the way that it is. It's, I didn't choose for it to be like that, but I do try to make it easier by, trying not to have such an information overload in my brain because it's stressful. So right now I'm going to read you something my cousin posted, my cousin Jessica, which thank you. Actually, one of my cousins from Texas, today on her Facebook, and it's perfect because I was going to talk about this anyway today. So I saved it and I wanted to read it. So it says 6 things mentally strong people do. And these are so very important. They're right on. Okay? They're super spot on. So if you've been having some issues lately with, there's just way too much in my head, pardon my French. I can't sort it out. It's overwhelming, or you're to the point where you're going to explode. Take some time to seriously self-indulge. I know that sounds weird, but, and when I say that, I mean to sit down and take some time to sort out your thoughts, to sort out the important things and the not so important things, to write down a list or write down some goals. Or most people don't think that writing things down helps. You are 100% wrong. I don't care who you are, man, woman, child, female. Writing things down, whether it's for an emotional purpose or it's for a work purpose or it's for a goal or life, any type of thing, writing things down is important. It is so important, okay? Because you can always go back and look at the things that you've written down and say, okay, well, I've sorted that out. That's good. Cross that off. I'm still working towards that. Or, I completely forgot about that. Writing things down, is super important. It will do a lot more for you than you think. Yes, I know. My hair is straight wild today and I don't care. I don't really do my hair or anything unless I'm going out or something like that, which I don't do very often, or I'm out with my kids, but I don't really do much either. So anyways, I'm going to read these to you. Number 1, this is 6 things mentally strong people do. Okay, number 1, they move on. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. This is vital. Number 1, right off the bat, very vital, because it's so hard to let go of things from the past. It's so hard to maybe forgive, bad things from the past. Moving on, okay, means that you stopped making excuses as to why things from your past made you who you are today. Okay? Everybody has a past. Everybody has things that have happened to them, and nothing is to the person that's dealing with this problem. Nothing is worse than someone telling them that that's not that bad, or it could always be worse, because you never know what the person might be dealing with. But it's so vital that you can't hang on to that. You'll never forget it. Don't get that mixed up, okay? Here's one important thing in the middle of that, okay? Forgetting something and forgiving something are completely different things. Forgetting something and letting go of something are two completely different things. You can let go of something because you know it's what's best for you, okay? Mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever the case may be. Letting go is different than forgetting. Nobody ever forgets the bad things that happen to them. And I don't care if you're, yeah, I do, or no, you don't. You might not think about them ever, but it doesn't mean that you forgot. Because somewhere deep down, all the bad, creepy, crappy stuff that's happened to us in our past, we still hold on to. Everybody does. That's just the reality of it, okay? But you can let go. You can choose to let it go because it's hindering you. It's hindering your life. All right? You can choose to forgive whatever happened. That doesn't mean that it's going to, that you're going to forget, but it's going to mean that you can move on with life knowing that you made peace with that. That no matter what, it's never going to make it, go away. You're not going to forget it, but you made peace. And there's nothing you can do about it today. Nothing. So you either have to make peace with your past, okay, and forgive the bad and let go of the crazy, or you can let it eat you up. It's that simple, okay? So that is straight number one, all right? And it's so important, okay? You have to move on. You can't feel sorry for yourself. That's not going to get you anywhere. And I'm not going to say, I've done that before in my past. I have felt sorry for myself, excuse me. This is why this happened to me today because of this in my past. No, at some point in my life, I realized at a certain age that, my past is my past and I have to make amends with that. If I can't make amends with that, then I'm just going to continuously be in a battle with my own self, my own brain. So that's how that works. All right, so number 2, okay, if you're mentally strong, okay, you embrace change. You welcome change. Because change is good, no matter what people tell you, because it's like change is bad. It's so scary. It's like, change is good because it's different. People are so scared of different and not the norm, but we're too comfortable with the norm anymore. So in order to be mentally strong, you have to want change. It is challenging. That's the purpose of it. It challenges you in ways that you didn't know you could be challenged in. You find yourself in change. Change is not always bad. I'm sorry, but it's, I think it's more positive than it is negative. And sometimes for people, change is not good, but those are different circumstances. But to be mentally strong, you have to be open to change. It's that simple, okay? So number 3, people that are mentally strong stay happy and they don't waste their energy on things they can't control. I think that is probably one of the most important ones. We spend so much time wasting energy on things that are not, we have no control over. And unless you're willing to control it or do something about it, you can't really complain and you can't really, run your mouth. There it is, point blank. It is. It's super important that people know that, We waste so much energy on the things that don't even involve us, don't concern us, and when we won't even waste energy on our own personal lives like that. That's the difference there. If you're not willing to take that energy and put it into your own life and your own goals and your own future, then, you're wasting it. You're wasting that. On what? Think about that. Sit down and think about your energy and what you've been using it for and what you've been putting it towards. And figure out if you're wasting your energy or not. So, number 4, people that are mentally strong are kind They are fair and unafraid to speak up. All true. Every single one of those are true. If you're not mentally strong with yourself and inside, you can't be kind to other people. That's just that's just a simple fact. You know, if you're battling all these things in your mind and your brain and emotionally and mentally and physically, you're not going to portray a kind personality. You know, and it sucks. So that is super true, okay? And people that are mentally strong are fair. They know how to differentiate, you know, being an asshole and being a nice person, having empathy, caring for others. It just comes naturally because you know that you don't want that stress on your brain. It's not worth the mental struggle when you're a jerk to someone. And it's true. So, and unafraid to speak up. So everybody knows that I'm super outspoken, that I say whatever because I don't care. I feel like, you know, it doesn't even have to, oh, it's freedom of speech, you know, blah, blah, whatever. I just say it because I feel like it's my opinion and I'm entitled to that. And, you know, I've never said that if you have a problem, I don't know. You can feel free to comment on my lives. It doesn't bother me because I speak in honesty and truth and I tell it like it is. What a lot of people are too afraid to do today in this world. It's the blunt truth. And if you can't handle it, maybe you have some things you need to work out. You know, and I'm not saying I'm super mentally strong. I've had moments where I've mentally broken down, you know, after so long of having all this crap going on in my head and just continuously feeling like a circus up there. And, you know, the problem with that is, I'm just going to add this. That's because women are crazy. Just shut up. Please just shut up. Okay? Everyone's crazy. Man, woman, we're all crazy in some type of way. So I am so sick of hearing that. The women are crazy. So are you. It just takes the right person to bring the amount of crazy out in you, okay? You can't specify a person, well, yeah, because she's crazy, okay? At what level, though? That can be taken in so many contexts. People don't understand. They just throw that shit around like, you know, here's a compliment. Like, I can't with that. Women are crazy. All females are crazy. We're all crazy. If you're living in this world today, you're some type of crazy. Okay? Because the world is chaos. So you can't sit here and tell me that you don't feel a little crazy just watching the news. Okay? So that shit irks me. Like, just because I speak my mind doesn't make me crazy or out of control, or just because we have, you know, women have bad days or mental breakdowns doesn't mean we're crazy. You know what it means? It means that you didn't take the time, or anyone around you didn't take the time to notice that you were completely falling apart the past month, okay? In front of everyone around you, no one took the time to notice. No one said anything to you. No one asked you if you were okay or if you needed something or if something was bothering you. So yeah, we're super sorry if by day fucking 30, we have decided to blow up. We can only hold so much in here before it's like a tornado and it comes out. There's just no stopping it. I cannot express to people enough. I'm sorry, I'm yelling. This makes me so angry. I had a complete mental breakdown. Because of all, it was just a breakdown where I sat in my bathroom and I cried to myself and tried to sort out the craziness that goes on in my head every day. Tried to sort out life in my head, okay? Because that's what's in there. Okay, if you're a mother and you have children, if you're, females we have to have all that information. At least that's how I feel as a parent. Like, I'm not saying I can't rely on my kids' fathers, but I know that it's just easier for me to take my kids to the doctors or take my kids to the dentist, or because I know it gets done. Or they have this for cheerleading and she has this for Girl Scouts, and I have to work this job today and work 2 jobs tomorrow, and I have a doctor's appointment and we have a basketball game and we have a Girl Scouts meeting. And on top of all of that in my brain, I also have feelings that I have. And that's just because I'm a human. So while I am sitting here like trying to just make all this work, my feelings and my emotions are overwhelming. Okay, it's clouding everything else that I'm supposed to be thinking about. So when I say that I'm going to have a breakdown, or that I'm at my limit, or I'm this far from jumping over the edge and just, completely melting, I'm being serious. Don't 2 weeks from now wonder why I cried myself to sleep. Like, don't ask me why I'm having a bad day when I warned you 2 weeks ago. When I've been showing you signs that, hey, somebody please help me. Somebody please notice. Somebody please take the time. Because as a female, we are expected to do all these things. And I don't care what any of you say. That is just how it is. We are expected to be the mom, the lover, the caretaker, the housekeeper. We're expected to do all that and work on top of that. And some of my women friends on here also go to school on top of working and having children. And some of my mom friends on here are also single while doing all those things. Okay? So let me tell you something. Don't for 1 second think that it is a problem for us to be overloaded and just want somebody to take 5 seconds to pay attention and notice, or take the load off. And for those of you who do that, I congratulate you. You are a keeper. You're a friend to keep around. You're a boyfriend, girl, whatever the case may be. I hope you stay in whoever's life it is that you are like that with forever and ever and ever. You want to know why? Because it's rare. People are so caught up in everyday life that they don't understand. People are human. People have feelings. People are, we have emotions. And when all that gets overlooked for so long and not cared, and I'm not sitting here looking like, oh, well, I want people to feel sorry for me, and I'm looking for, sympathy, and I'm not asking for any of that. I'm just asking for you to pay attention. It's not that hard to pay attention. You don't have to look far and notice when someone is having a bad day. You don't have to pay attention for too long. You're just too unaware of your surroundings. We're all too unaware because everybody's too busy going like this. You can have a conversation with someone and they're still looking at their phone and take maybe 5 seconds to look at you. So no, they're not going to notice. But don't get angry when it happens. Because no matter how mentally strong we are, everyone breaks. Everyone has a breaking point. That is a fact. Every person on this planet, you can be a man too. You have a breaking point where you can only take so much. And I pray to the Lord above, that's not a joke either, that you have people in your life that take the time to notice. I hope that you have people in your life that take the time to sit you aside and ask you what's going on if you need something. Because those are important people. They're very rare. And it sucks. So yes, being mentally strong is not easy. It can be super hard. And I'm sorry, and everyone's like, whatever. Everybody says that, female. Yeah, female, that's how our brains work. We just have so much crap up in there all the time. So it happens. It does happen. Don't be surprised. If you weren't willing to take the time, don't be surprised. All right. So I'm going to get off that for a second. Whew, I got that out and that feels better. I'm sorry, but someone had to say it. Somebody had to say it. And obviously it's going to be me because I don't care. I think that people need to hear this crap because nobody says anything about this stuff anymore. Everything is just, who cares? I'm too busy worrying about kids eating freaking Tide Pods. I'm too busy about what Trump tweeted yesterday. I don't care. My life is here in front of me. My children, my life. My life is not out there. I'm not saying I don't pay attention to the world and what goes on outside. But guess what? I don't, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what's important to me right now. That's not changing my life drastically. I can't do anything about that. I know that I can't. I mean, I probably could, but I'm not. So I'm not going to be one of those people on all those Facebook posts like, today, you're an idiot, Trump this. Shut up. Just shut up. Unless you're going to actually do something about it, I don't even want to hear it. That's why sometimes I don't even go on Facebook because it drives me insane. Like, I see more ads and articles than I do people's feeds. Like, it sucks. So I'm going to move on. And I'm going to go to number 5 of 6 things mentally strong people do. So number 5, they are willing to take calculated risks. Now, I'm going to elaborate. Calculated risks, meaning I thought about the risk. I calculated the pros and the cons, and before I took this risk. I've done this. I'm doing this now. Just started my own business. Hopefully by March 1st. Because it's all calculated. It's all, so I'm willing to because I like change. Again, number 2. I like change. I don't mind change. I accept change. I like the challenge. I like life when it's busy. I like life when I'm challenged. I am a risk taker because of the challenge it brings me. I think that if we just go through life stagnant all the time and continuously doing the same thing over and over, insanity, that it can truly have an effect on a person's mentality. Okay, you may go to work and make really good money at what you do, and you've been at your job for however long, and but at the end of the day, when you come home, it might not be something you love. You do it because it provides for your family, it pays your bills, it's what works because you have to. But you're never truly happy because you're not pursuing your dreams and your goals, and you're not doing what you love every day. Okay? It is not impossible, people, to do what you love every day as a job. I'm not saying it's easy either, but it's not impossible. And if you want to know a little more about that, you'll have to watch my live from yesterday. But it's so true. It is just so true that, you can't be unwilling to take a risk. Risks are what make life fun. And I'm not saying all risks turn out to be good or, bad, but, how are you ever going to know if you don't accept it, if you don't try, if you don't challenge yourself? So that's what I mean by that. So I'm going to go to the last, number 6. Mentally strong people celebrate other people's success. They don't resent that success. This right here, excuse me, is probably something a lot of people do and don't even know it. Because I'm going to elaborate this. So if you don't understand, just pay attention. The reason for celebrating other people's success can be valuable to you in so many ways that you don't even realize, okay? You should never resent someone else for being more successful than you. Okay, never. Whether they received their success from an inheritance or, their parents, or passed down, or they worked their butt off for it. It doesn't matter what the case is. You should just never, ever, ever, ever resent someone else for being more successful than you, okay? You are supposed to celebrate this. You are supposed to be proud of these people and share it with other people to help them be more successful, because that's how being successful works. Okay? People don't become successful by being loners with unsuccessful people. Okay? Successful people surround themselves with other successful people. Because guess what? In turn, that brings other people and more 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 people, which will benefit you. It's called a customer base. And I know that sounds weird, but it's not weird. To me, it's smart thinking. It's working smarter, not harder. So if you have a group of friends that are successful because you appreciate your friends and you show them praise when they are successful, and you share their success with everybody else to help them along with their success, then in turn you meet their friends and their friends, their friends, and their friends and their friends' friends, and their friends' families and their families' friends. And, you never know what type of relationships those could turn into. I'm just saying. And when you are, I guess I want to say, confident about your success, and you don't really let the opinions of others hinder you in your success, then it doesn't matter. You attract successful people anyway. It's just that simple. So to me, let's see. Here's an example. When you resent someone else's success. So if your friend has a business. Leslie, I'm about to use you for an example because I love you. My friend Leslie sells Younique, okay? And you can go on her page, Real Beauty by LC. And if I were to resent her as a successful businesswoman, because I see success from her, from when she started till now, she has been successful. Maybe not in the progression that she would like, but I don't know that. I'm just saying from what I see, she seems to love it and be, pretty successful so far. So if I were to resent that, I wouldn't shout her out on my lives. I wouldn't share her post for her makeup tutorials. I wouldn't, her lives, because she goes live and she, shows you how to do all that and take, I don't know, because I don't wear makeup, but I still watch it because of the way she presents it. Okay. But if I were to resent her, I wouldn't give two craps. I wouldn't like the video. I'd be like, look at this. Just putting on, like, no one cares. You gonna be broke tomorrow. Like, that's resenting someone who is successful. That's being jealous and stupid and immature. All right? I'm just saying. You can't be resentful. Because there's successful people everywhere, probably next to you, behind you. Just because they don't look super successful doesn't mean that they aren't. You need to have relationships with successful people. How do you think people become more successful? Like, come on. We don't surround ourselves with people that don't, work towards goals and aspire towards greater things in life. Hello? Why would we do that? So yes, you know what I'm saying? I celebrate her success. And when I say her, I mean Leslie. So I share her live videos. I've told people to go to her beauty page, Real Beauty by LC on Facebook, and like it and, watch some of the videos. And if you're into makeup, check it out. If you need to buy your girlfriend some makeup for Valentine's Day, go to her page. Hello? I'm just saying, that's how you celebrate and share other people's success. You know what I'm saying? Because you want that type of people in your circle. So, I have love for all my business people. All right. I know that it's hard. It is. But when you're mentally strong, which is not always, nobody's ever always mentally strong. Everyone has a breaking point. You can be mentally strong today and have a, mental breakdown tomorrow. It is a process. It takes time. It gets overwhelming. No one is 24/7 mentally strong, but you can be. I just gave you 6 things you could do to be mentally strong. Things you can eliminate, things you can start doing. Because in the end, it helps. It helps so much because nobody understands the brain anyway. You can research it and look, but some of the smart, still, the brain is so complicated. And I get it. I get why. Because mine is complicated. Just mine alone, And I also have 2 children. So, their mental state is also important to me. Being mentally strong is hard. And today in this world, being mentally strong is just, it's hard. It is. Oh, thank you, Terry. Thanks for sharing. Oh, I love when people share my lives. I don't come on live looking for likes and shares and, I don't do that. I am hoping to hopefully help someone feel better today or give you a little advice that you might have needed or helped you figure something out that you couldn't. Okay, that's my goal when I go on live. I'm not, but I love when people watch and I love when people participate because then I know I'm not talking to myself the whole time. So it's, it's actually appreciated. And listen, people, if you have something you need to say or want to say or have something to add, please feel free to comment. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not, these are people's opinions and we are all entitled to that. This is my opinion and I'm entitled to it. I'm not telling you that these 6 things are facts and this is what you need to be doing or you're never going to be mentally strong. No, that's not what I said. I explained these 6 things you can do to become mentally strong and maybe help you figure it out a little better because some other ways that weren't working before. Being mentally strong is so complicated. And like I said earlier in my video, for females, it's 20 times worse. I know men all day. And I said earlier, I don't care. I don't. I really don't. It's just the truth. It is a proven fact. Okay? It just is. Yeah. So, my brain goes 100 million miles a day. 100 million miles. It's a circus. I said it earlier. It's a circus. And to sort it all out and make sure that everything is, in its own place, if you want to say, is hard. It's very hard for women. And, for my moms on here I have 2 kids. For you moms that have more than that, hallelujah. God bless you so, honey, because I mean that in the most genuine way. I'm not even lying. It is so hard, I feel, for me. And I only have 2 kids, and they're girls, okay? But it's rough in the world today, especially because of technology playing such an important role in my children growing up. It is super hard. So on top of my mentality and making sure that I'm mentally strong most of the time, I also have to make sure my kids are mentally strong because of their vulnerability, And I know that's weird or you don't understand, but that means that Not only do we have to be mentally strong for ourselves, we also have to be mentally strong for our children. Our children are vulnerable. They're young. Their minds are so open to everything and anything because they're children. It's just the facts of life. So, we have to make sure that they're mentally stable as well, and that we are providing and doing the things to help them be mentally stable. And it's not always easy. And like I just said, social media plays a super, super big part in all of this. So if you are a parent, a mom, a dad, and you are just mentally feeling like I give up, I don't know what to do anymore. I have, I'm good up here, but, there's just no, it's a mess for these, my kids, and I can't, don't worry. Slow down. Take a couple minutes to yourself, all right? And then sit your kids down and place rules for their technology. Eliminate it 24/7. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm going through it right now. For all of you parents out there who are having a mental battle with yourself about your children, okay, because this plays into being mentally strong. Parenting is so important when it comes to your mentality. I'm going through this right now. So if anybody has any super cool advice or ideas that may have worked for them, that would be awesome. My kids, Molly, for example, sorry, Miles, I know, I love you. I do. To the moon back and back again. But she's 13, almost 14. Oh, Lord. And she's always on her phone. And when I mean on her phone, honey, I don't mean she's just like on Facebook or no, she doesn't really go on Facebook like that or Instagram anymore. It's like Snapchat and whatever else I don't know about, okay? It's not even that. It's live chatting. Do you understand? These kids will be at school together all day. And my child will come home, go upstairs in the bedroom, and start live chatting all the people she was just at school with all day. I'm like, separation? No, is this healthy? What? You just saw these people? Why? I just, no, it's not healthy. So right now I'm battling my children because Mila will come home, she's 9, and get off the bus and instantly go to her tablet. It's like, no. Snack time. Do you have homework? We need to look for papers in your backpack. We're not running to the tablet. So it's come to the point where I've had a mental battle with myself. Okay. Do I take them completely? No, girl, don't do that. You're going to have a war in your house if you take them completely. Well, if I don't take them, they're just going to be on their phones and the tablets 24/7, and my kids are going to be zombies. Girl, if you take them, I'm telling you, this was my battle to myself. You understand? So, doesn't it sound crazy? And that's why you think we're crazy. But we have to do these things because mentally it's not good if we don't. You can't just have all that up there and never work it out or try to figure it out because it's just going to sit there stagnant. Okay? That's part of being mentally strong. Being able to weigh that out in your own mind without having to, do it out loud in front of your children. So you come to some sort of agreement well, I guess we're just going to have to regulate. It's going to probably be pretty crappy at first. And I'm going to get some backlash from the kids and probably a little back talk, smart mouth, whatever, attitudes. Those are things you mentally just have to deal with. All right, girl, you go upstairs with yourself. you slam that door. You want to know why? Because they'll get over it in 10 minutes when they're hungry or bored and come downstairs. I'm bored and I'm hungry. Oh, okay. Are you feeling better? So right now, that's where I'm at mentally with my kids. Like, it's time to regulate the electronics. You can't be on them all the time. Life is not in there. You think it's in there because that's just how you've grown up, but it's not. It's out here. This is life, reality. This is the real world. This screen is not nothing. No. So that's another mental battle that us parents have to deal with, on top of work and play and bills and clothes and shoes and doctors and dentists and eye doctors. And okay, it's constantly moving. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying that, it's horrible and, no, I'm saying that you can figure it out. You can work it out. It may take a little while, but once you get the process down of what works for you mentally, it helps immensely. It so helps. And so do the 6 things that I talked about earlier in my life. They're all relevant. And if we don't try these things, if we don't at least take the time, then you're always going to have chaos forever. If you're wondering why your life is chaos, or you can't think straight every day, or you're just, everything's so overwhelming, I'm going to give you a little pointer. You might be on the verge of a mental breakdown. And you might want to take a little time to be by yourself and figure those things out before you actually do break down. Maybe find someone you can talk to that you feel comfortable with, whether it be a friend, a family member, and you tell them how you feel. Because keeping it all in is never going to help you. I don't care how mentally strong you think I'm tough. I don't need to talk about my problems, whatever. I'm too cool. No, you're not too cool for that. You're not too tough. No one's better than anybody. Everyone has issues, and everyone should be able to talk about them with somebody that they trust, who can give them good advice. Because that's how being mentally strong works. Those are decisions you make because you know it works for you. In your brain, you know that if these are the steps you take, it's going to make you feel better. It's going to eliminate the stress you had about the problem, okay? It may not have fixed the problem, but at least you talked about it and you started a path to fix it. So that's all I'm saying is, if you want to be mentally strong and you want to feel like you're actually in control most of the time, you have to take the steps. You're not just going to wake up one day and be like, okay, well, today I am mentally all good. No, you're not. Nobody is ever 100% mentally all good. But we can make it better. We can lighten the load, I guess I want to say. So don't ever think that you're not good enough to talk about your problems, or you're not good enough to reach out to somebody. I know people, I know how it feels to feel like nobody is around to talk to. Everyone's too busy. Everyone's too wrapped up in nothing that they don't even notice that you're hurting, or you're going through something, or that you need someone. And it feels like you're alone. I know, I've been there. I've had mental breakdowns. We all do. We all get to that point because we have breaking points. And once we break, you may think you feel better because you broke and you let it all out. But in all reality, unless you actually took the steps in your mind to work it out, to figure out a plan to fix it, you didn't fix anything. You just cried it out. You just, let out your anger and frustration. That's only going to feel good for a little while until you have another mental breakdown and then another one, because you never truly took the steps to fix it. You gotta play that game. You have to learn that being mentally strong is never always going to be there 100%. Nobody's ever always going to be mentally strong. It's so hard. And today in this world, it's even worse. So to find an actual human connection is hard, but keep trucking. Because if you know mentally that this is what I have to do to fix this, this is how I'm going to work this out, or these are the steps I'm going to take to put this in order, or, I wrote down my list for today. I wrote down my short-term and long-term goals on my board, or write it down, people. If you're not, I don't want to talk to people, or I know some people that anxiety plays a really big role in you talking to people. Write it down. Please, I cannot express this anymore. Write down your feelings. If you are not organized, write down everything. Get calendars, sticky notes, notebooks. If you know these things about you, you're the only one who can fix it. So if you want to be mentally strong and you want to feel like you have it together somewhat, mostly together, 85, 90% together up there, you have to be willing to take the steps, and you have to be willing to go above and beyond. You have to be able to take the risks and accept the challenges. Like I said in my 6 things mentally strong people do. You have to be willing. You have to be open to change, because without it, you're just going to sit there stagnant and still, not going anywhere, wondering why. And I know how it works, people. I've been there. I've done this. It sucks. But write down your feelings. If today you're feeling like you can't figure anything out, or your emotions are all over the place, or, your emotions are clouding your judgment, your feelings are, too much to handle, write it down, get out some paper, get out a notebook, and just start writing how you feel. It may not make any sense, but it will make you feel better to get it out on a piece of paper, to read it out loud to yourself and be like, okay, well, why? Why am I feeling like this today? Or what can I do to change this feeling? Or, okay? Or if you're unorganized, get some calendars, get a big desk calendar, get some wall calendars, and get some sticky notes and start writing everything down every day. I have an appointment today. This time I have to leave for work. I have to pay this bill today. And you put them on sticky notes and you write them on your calendars. And if you know what your bills are for the month, you get your calendar out and you write down all your bills and the days of the month that they're due and how much it's due and how you're going to pay it. If you work, write down work on Monday from 8 to 5. It's that simple. You have to be able to willing to take those steps, because it's a process. No one's ever going to be 100% mentally strong. But if you want to be better at it and you want to work at it and you want to succeed at the things you do, you have to be willing to take all this in mentally and sort it out so that it doesn't cause chaos, so that you don't have a mental breakdown in 2 weeks. It's just that simple. And people, be more aware of your friends and your family and I'm not saying you're not, but I'm just saying, I know life can be distracting, but if you see someone that you know and you notice that they just don't look right, or something seems off, or they're just short with you, maybe ask them if they're okay. Maybe they're having a bad month. Maybe today's the day they were going to go home and lock themselves in their room and cry themselves to sleep. Okay? People need to be more aware of others. Okay, hello, be more aware of others. It's not that hard to be a human, to be kind, to show compassion. It's disgusting. I'm so sorry. I can. And if you want to hear some more rants about this, go earlier in my video, because I go off. It drives me nuts. We don't show compassion enough. We don't pay attention to each other enough. We're all human. All of us, we all have feelings and we all have emotions. And if we can't take the time to be there for one another, who do you think is going to be there for you then? Not no one. It just makes us all seem like robots and zombies, like we're just walking through a world of no ones. You see those videos on Facebook and everywhere on the news of the memes or the jokes, or people make videos of the world in 10 years of robots walking around, or people just staring, there's nothing. It's not a joke. That is so serious and so true, because that is what it's becoming. We are human. Take the time. And if you're not willing to take the time, don't be angry at said friend, relative, significant other if they do blow up and they do have a breakdown. Don't feel like you aren't part to blame, because you should have been there. Should have been there for the person. If you're truly a friend or you truly care about somebody, you should always be there for them. You should always take the time to reach out to them and tell them, hey, thinking about you today. Hey, haven't heard from you in 2 weeks. How are you? Hi. Hey, anything. Because I'm telling you what, people will start dropping like flies. And I'm sorry, but that's the reality of it, people. And if you don't like it, so unfriend me. Don't listen. Don't get on my lives. I don't care. Because people need to hear it. We do not have compassion. We do not have empathy. We do not care. We're too indulged in our everyday bull crap, or what's going on the news with Trump, or the tweets and the crap and the fake news and you know what? If your backyard ain't clean, honey, don't be trying to clean up someone else's. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. Like, be compassionate. Show your friends you care. Be there for them. If you notice someone's going through something mentally, help them. Because being mentally strong today is really rough and it's really hard. And if we don't have people that care for us, and we don't have people that are there for us to get us through those battles when we need it the most, then we're all going to be lost soon. And that's the sad truth of that. Just completely lost. And it sucks. I mean, I know I'm there for my friends. I love my friends. I message my friends. I talk to my friends. I try to be there for my friends. And if I notice one of my friends just feels like they don't want to be bothered, then okay, fine. Then you don't, if I know that I've reached out to you 800 times or tried to hang out with you or something, and you're never on, you're never available, you're not, okay, then I'm wasting my time. That's how I'm mentally strong, because I can't take the time to dwell on that. Because what good is it going to do me? It's not getting me anywhere. I could sit down and have a conversation with these people like I have before, but that didn't get me anywhere either. So, I come to the conclusion that I move on. I find people who are here and who will be here and who do care, because those are the people I want in my circle, because mentally they help me. They're part of me being mentally strong. So there it is, people. Okay? This video is an hour long. Wow. I feel like I did some serious talking. I'm so sorry. But if you didn't watch this whole video, it will do you some good to go back and listen to, I did read the 6 things mentally strong people do. Thank you, Jessica Broussard, my cousin. I love you so much, cousin. I miss you so much. She posted this on Facebook, and I was about to get on live and talk about being mentally strong today, and she posted this, and I saw it, and I was like, wow, what a coincidence. How cool. It go like right along with it. Like, I can't even that's pretty cool. So I copied it. It was just a simple picture. Oh no, none of you can see it, but 6 things mentally strong people do. And I went down the list and I explained it, and I told you how it works and gave my opinion on some things, and was very, very, very passionate about some other things. So I hope this helps some people today. And I hope some people maybe took some of this information and did something with it. Like, hey, she's right. Or, oh, that could help me. Or, that's a good idea. Or, that's why I get on live. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to tell you what type of person to be. I'm not trying to tell you this is what you have to do to be. No, I'm just telling you that these are steps you can take. These are my opinions. And I hope it helps people. I really do. Because unfortunately, people don't care to talk about any of this stuff anymore. We don't care to dive into the deep parts of life, of the reality of actual human beings. So there it is. If you needed a little advice today, if you need a little guidance, a little courage, a little kick in the ass, there you go. I hope I helped somebody today, and I hope everyone has a really good Tuesday. By the way, we're getting snow. I know you probably all know that, but I'm so weird and say the weather like on my live. Awkward. But snow, like 8 inches maybe, somewhere around there. I guess it depends on where you live. But woohoo! There'll be no school tomorrow. Seriously, though. Like, come on. There's probably 95.6% chance of no school tomorrow. I'm just going to tell you now. So get your kids out there. If you're home and doing nothing, take your kids shoveling. Because that's what I'm doing with mine. I'm going to try to find my niece, too. Girls, get the shovels, the snow pants, the boots, and we going shoveling. We going to make some money. Because, I mean, how are kids ever going to know what life was like if I don't show them? You know, this is what Mom did with her brothers back in the day to make some money when I was too young to work. And you want money and you want a job, well, here you go. Let's go help some people. So get out there tomorrow with your kids. Do some shoveling. Even if you don't care to get paid, go shovel your neighbor's driveway, maybe, any of that. It's good for you. All right? Happy Tuesday, Facebook. Do something nice for someone else today. Okay? And I love you all. Hang in there. Hang in there. It gets better. Bye.